Dallas. For Fluxo, this is a lifeline. Losing this map means that that's it. They're out, and we will only see them again next season. So they have to win this to give themselves an opportunity at map 3 and one more run at the coveted single spot at Dallas. So here we go, folks. Map number 2. It is Nuke. Fluxo Demons versus FURIA fighting for their lives.
That they are. And I already see the Julie's coming on out for a couple of these FURIA players. They wreaked havoc over on map number 1. Maybe we see it again. There's a gap in the smoke, and it's perfect for Gabby to take down Julie. That is the first of the map. And now over on ramp. Another one has the backup of that teammate, but doesn't even really need it. Gabs is going to find one as well, and they completely shut down Fluxo Demons. Just Goddess left here.
Definitely having some flashbacks to our first map. However, in the first map, it was Younger who was still alive to clutch it out. And unfortunately, Goddess just not going to be able to replicate those results here. No bomb planted. And it's a quick and clean first round for FURIA. And it is their CT side, so we will just put that slight caveat on it. We do expect them to have a stronger start to the map here. But Fluxo not winning the pistol, that would have been such a huge springboard for them. And without that bomb plant, no money to play with. It's not going to be a pleasant second round.
Not in the slightest, but they appear to be all rushing outside. Taking a little bit of space. Now, FURIA knows that there's likely to be little to no buy here. Still making sure to do their due diligence. Nisa's going to hear the stomping around on the roof, and Bizinha's going to see people flying down everywhere. And that is them just mowing this one up. Julie, the last one standing, being cornered from both sides. One in front, one behind. And it's going to be Car that gets the kill. And that is the second round. Nice and clean. Not a single casualty taken across these 2 rounds.
And this is where the threat of the snowball really does become prevalent. FURIA now having won that 4 so cleanly, they come into this bonus comfortably. Bearing in mind, however, on our first map, we saw Fluxo take pistol and force, and FURIA, with their first buy, were able to run them over. We'll see if Fluxo can replicate those results here. Scant utility to be used, but for now, I'm going to use quite a bit of it out towards outside, deny some sight lines, because it looks like they are going to posture towards that secret tunnel.
There's a song about that somewhere. And for everyone who gets that, we can be friends. But Goddess! There is the opening pick that they so desperately needed. And as you said, the head down secret, the wall of smoke's dissipating behind them as well. They've left Julie there in lobby just to try find something, a little bit of information. Maybe a backstab coming on later in the round as well. But this B site is looking very threatened. And there's nobody here to defend it.
Hana expiring at her teammate there. A little bit of paranoia comes through, but bomb gets planted. A retake. You need to be flawless here. Oh, the smoke is just caught completely unawares, and now FURIA retake? Nah, we'll just hold on to these weapons, thanks.
Yeah, not much that can be done there. Beautifully played from Fluxo Demons outside. I liked what FURIA went for, trying to, have the Molotov, block them off from secret. The HE not quite going deep enough to really get the angle they wanted to be able to see if anyone had gone down secret. But ultimately, even with that information, would have been for nothing. And they hold on to 2 weapons. Of course, their money not going to be in exactly the nicest place. So these 2 weapons going to have to do heaps and bounds. And that bomb also doing heaps and bounds. Look at that. Poppin's lucky to still be alive.
This is what I was saying, right? There's every possibility Fluxo get a buy up and turn things back into their favor. They're going to be really happy with that round. But FURIA not going to be looking to let that replicate itself. And they did that with quite a limited amount of utility to their names as well. This time around, they've got a lot more to go with. But that was the kind of round that you don't necessarily replicate play for play. It's kind of like a poppy, flashy, all right, do that once it worked, now don't let them read into it kind of vibe. So we might see a bit of a change up from them. No, in fact, the same thing a second time. It's brave, but it might just pay off.
I think Bizinha might have seen Poppin's shadow up there as well, so has to be careful. But even more wary of the players encroaching on towards them. And there we go. They are just going to run on over towards Hell instead. Wall of smokes thrown for Secret, but that's not entirely their destination. Bit of a split up there. He's awaiting. In bated breath. Only one player disadvantage right now. I like this doubling up here with Car, just to keep an eye on this because they lost all eyes on outside. They have no idea where these players have gone.
I love this. They make it look like they're going to go for the exact same play that they did before. Make a bit of noise and then cut noise. Now they start heading in towards this A site where there's literally only one player posted up. They can move in from every direction. First kill to come through from Younger onto Izza. The sightline is held, so Goddess will get yet another one. And FURIA just cannot get themselves back in towards the site. Fluxo, that was a masterclass of a round.
Big brain strategies being called here. She said they throw the same smokes, desperately trying to hope them, bait them into that sense of security that, oh, they're doing the same thing as last time. But no, they just sneak on around. The fact that they managed to get a player up into heaven onto rafters there as well. That round all over just on the backs of that beautiful read from Fluxo. Now FURIA back on pistols once more. There's a little bit of a buy here, and there is a Zeus. You love to see it. But whether it's going to find any action, that is an entirely different matter altogether. You're just going to head outside instead. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Pull the old, I'm going to head out. Xena's one rifle is down here, though. Oh my god.
Not anymore, it's not.
Head blown clean off, and oh, Gabby tries so hard, gets so much damage done, but Goddess is on fire right now.
Might meet a little bit of a bitter end here.
Nah, she's got a Zeus, she'll be fine.
I think that's too far though. I think the Zeus doesn't. She's peeked there by Poppins from ramp. Don't think the range quite works.
I think she's, oh, that's rough. Yep. Waiting to see if someone would swing her, but Ana X on the lurk. Completely unknown. Could have gone for the knife, but
true.
Don't risk it. You don't want to get up close and personal when there's a Zeus involved. You never know when somebody's going to get a Spidey sense tingle and just flick around and destroy you. So play the safe game. Another round in the bank for Fluxo. Looking pretty damn good despite having lost that pistol. They're on quite the streak at the moment, and now FURIA on an absolute knife's edge economically. Have to make something happen with this buy, otherwise they are in the drink.
Especially on the CT side, you need to be trying to find something. Often and early is the name of the game here. But Fluxo, they are comfortable on this map, and you can tell their strat book just feeling so much richer, even 6 rounds in. Xena holding for this outside again, very wary of wanting to push out, knowing there could be any number of people on the roofs and behind the boxes. Actually, it's over towards ramp that they need to be worried about the execute the flashbangs coming on through, disrespecting the smokes. And they don't even care that there is a player waiting for them in hell, they just want to get down.
Such a clean flush as well. They completely push Car off of the angle. They've gotten in down towards the site completely for free. But Gabs holding the line eventually is traded out, but not before she does some serious damage. Fluxo very much on the back foot now, but Goddess only gonna be good for one. Would have been nice to get a second there and just bring those numbers a bit more equal. But FURIA far too quick on the draw. Now, however, this retake has to be immaculate. All 3 players pushing from the same direction.
They need to start getting on that bomb because that time we're already half gone there. They have 2 players still to clear out. Younger, nice angle here. If they can get the first onto single, and they do. Time just running all so low, and there's nothing that they can do. That's a kill, and they're going to try stick it, but it's a long defuse, and Julie not going to let that happen. 4 rounds up on the board for Fluxo. A little bit of spraying the body as well, and just saved by the next round as that bomb about to detonate. Very lucky there, but Fluxo Demons, they are feeling this.
It would have been hilarious if she died to the bomb there, I'll be honest. But
especially after spamming the body.
100%. But, I mean, this was a very, very close round for FURIA as well. But unfortunately, I mean, the post plant was just done so well. Hid themselves away, making it so difficult to get the kills onto them. They knew all they needed to do was play the time. They could play safe, and everything would work out perfectly. But now already into the next, and instantly FURIA with a beautiful 2K for themselves. It's going to give them so much space here. If they can recover some weapons, I'll be happy with that. But they're not going to risk it for now. They just want to see how much damage they can get done.
Yeah, that was a round that we said they really needed to win for their economy, and unfortunately that is the equalizing pick. They have scooped up 2 of those AKs. The low health on these players is always concerning, and actually it's the only healthy player that goes down. Ka and Isa, not even a full bar of health between them. They have to try find something, and they're hiding down on towards this B site. At least Ka is. And might be able to cause some disruption, some shenanigans going on here, but immediately cleared and taken down. And Ka, the USP, nothing left for them to work with. No utility, no armor, no weaponry. And with the door blown off its hinges, that's even more of her health gone. And you go around in the corner, clean, clinical, and that is another round.
Fluxo looking incredibly good on their T side. Like... I'm very surprised that FURIA have allowed it to go this far out of control. And I say allowed, but Fluxo have just felt like they've got such a good read on FURIA. And I mean, this is the thing. When you have a rivalry like these two teams have, you have to understand that other team on a level that other teams might not even think to look at. And Fluxo feels like they've definitely come prepared for this one. Again, playing incredibly dynamic, changing things up from round to round, never really repeating the same thing twice, and FURIA are just struggling to find a footing.
Yeah, we said this is a map that we haven't seen much of them from, and maybe that inexperience showing just a tad. Fluxo, they are so comfortable. It seems like they've always got the right read, always pushing towards areas of weakness. Isa up here, unfortunately not going to get a chance to shine just yet. Ka, lovely long range angle. Is relying on the fact that someone is going to walk into that crosshair, and I don't think they will. Isa, they're going to be pushing through. Do they clear her? She jumps down even, gets the drop on them, gets one, switches over to the sidearm, hiding out in the smoke, and it's actually bizinha to get the second. Gabs on ramp. Here's the footsteps. Going to be called upon to try keep this area safe. And Ka coming in to fill the gaps. They're going to just eat the grenade, but missed shot. That's going to cause some problems. Gabs is already too far away to trade. Has to get something more now. Spots both of them. But again, still no kill, and is taken down. And suddenly, in a matter of seconds, Yungo got us both with kills. And that swung the entire balance of the round. Abby lines them up, only good for one. However, have they done enough damage? bizinha to pick up the pieces, gonna be heard, and Younger taking them down.
This has just been phenomenal from Fluxo. The fact that FURIA get 2 opening kills there, they have full control of the round, they know where just about every single player is, but they're so split up from one another. The remaining Fluxo players are able to just push them back, push them into uncomfortable situations, create their own crossfires. Like, this window play was fantastic. And I mean, it's slightly telegraphed, but when you're the one in the 1v2 there, what are you supposed to do? Just another incredibly well thought out, well executed round from Fluxo. The mid-rounding has looked incredible, and you can definitely tell that this is one of their absolute best maps. This is what we were expecting from FURIA on Anubis. When it's your own map pick, you've got to have a massive advantage on it. And I mean, Fluxo, again, T-side? This does not bode well for FURIA.
No, it does not. And FURIA, it would be really nice for them to find a little bit more, but Fluxo already going at the worst, even at the half. And Younger, immediate drop downs event, uncontested. Now FURIA, they're putting a little bit more outside here, a lot of presence, and there is a couple of players that might fall victim to this trap. He's toying between angles, and Julih having a look, has that player pinned down in red. And look at that. Car actually opening kill. Manages to reach out the arms and grab the AK, but caught on the retreat. Punished for the greed. bizinha still stuck behind red here. Not being able to catch much action. Spams away. Gets so much damage. Almost gets the second as well. 3v3 and Poppins is limping. And now FURIA, they're playing together as a hunting pack.
The economic damage here for FURIA, round after round, they consistently get kills, but struggling to actually convert that. And here, another round where they had a less than ideal buy, they're still making the guns work for them. However, this needs to be a turn of the tides. This needs to be a miracle. As Gabs now walks into the smoke, holding, realizing that there is a player on the other side, waiting for her teammates to get into a position. They can create some sort of a crossfire. Bomb already planted, time ticking away, and oh, julih, beautifully played there. Shuts down both players towards stairs. Gabs, good for one on the long-range shot. The Kobe. It's 1 versus 2, and julih 1 away from an ace.
Definitely wants it there, but not going to be allowed it. That's a scooped over weapon as well. Unfortunately, that bomb going to be tapped, trying to draw out Junge. Even if they get the kill, is that going to be time? It's going to try stick it, but there is not. But they're making it expensive at the very least. But I don't think that is enough for them right here, right now. They really need to be getting something more on the board. Making it expensive is one thing, but look at the money on these players. 1 round where they take away all the weapons. That means nothing to Fluxo with this momentum.
Yeah, no, I mean, at this point, it honestly makes no difference whatsoever. And I will just give you guys a quick update. Again, Atrix have now won their second map as well. So they will go 2-0 in their series. Congratulations to them winning out on that one. And for now, it looks like map 3 is on the horizon first. We're not going to get a quick 2-0 like they did. We are in it for the long haul here with Fluxo versus FURIA.
We talked about that dreaded vertigo maybe being the decider. And there's a very real chance if this keeps up this momentum. We talked about a sort of snowball forming. It turns out that it's a bit of an avalanche here for Fluxo Demons. That vertigo almost seems surefire right now, but FURIA, they've got 3 more rounds of the half to try find something, make their lives any easier going on to their T side. Fluxo Demons, they got the opening pick and they want to keep pushing. Getting a little bit aggressive here. Junge's ready to punish. They're not going to miss a shot like that. Ready up for any more. julih's already down here in decon. Gabs going to be spotted out, taken down. And suddenly, all of this team falling apart. Gabby able to find one, but in the meantime, actually taking down Poppins, and they've put something together here. Spamming through the wall. Gabby caught between a rock and a hard place. Enemies on both sides.
Goddess. The patient play here, the trigger discipline spots out the first. Whoa, that was nearly terrifying. Gabby will trade back. There's only 1 left with such low HP. And it's another round in the bag for Fluxo. 2 rounds left in this half. FURIA need them. I mean, at this point, it is absolute desperation. I don't see a world in which you come back if you only have 2 rounds in the second half. And knowing that their money is in such a devastating position right now, this is not looking good.
Yeah, money devastating for FURIA. On the flip side, Fluxo Demons, they have set themselves up for the rest of this half. There is absolutely no easy rounds. Even if FURIA does find one here, they are not going to be awarded any breathing room. But that's an opening pick, and if they were to get some more rounds on the board, that is where it would start. Easer tagged a little bit by that Molotov, forced off. bizinha still out here in red. And can't gonna hear them dropping down vent, but lost in the smoke, and the source isn't gonna be able to find out where they've gone. Does now drop down. And here the bomb being planted and is gonna have a bit of a tussle here with Poppins. The pre-fire is good, but Poppins is better. And now 4v4, that bomb already down here. There is a single kit available on Gabs. They have to try and make sure that she gets to the save safely. Actually, that's a last bit of utility drawn out from Fluxo, but Younga has the angle. She has the aim. And going for a second one as well. Anna X is not going to be able to find anything. bizinha with 2, but that timer getting so incredibly low, as is, and Poppins with another. julih just to tie this out. And that's 9. We talked about needing something. FURIA, it started to look good, but all just crumbles.
And it's another force up here. Less than ideal. Oh. MP9s and for my 1 kit.
Singular kit.
Oh, this is just not a good position to be in. You almost want to ask Fluxo if they're willing to donate some cash across, but nope. I don't think that they're that kind. They're wonderful ladies, but there's a certain level of kindness that we just don't go into. Nice little push through the smoke there to get an opener here. FURIA will be happy with that, but Fluxo are always so ever ready for this aggression to come through. They're playing so patiently again here. This time around, FURIA have a pretty damn good hold on the map. They can maintain this. They might just snag this last round and a half.
They could indeed, but that second kill, that is just going to be the bit of breathing room that we asked for FURIA. Now, they don't know where these remaining players are, and even with the disadvantages, sometimes Fluxo still coming out on top here. But a bit of a monumentous task to ask of as they push through Hut. Waiting for anyone. They have to be careful because there's 2 people here. In the meantime, it's just those 2 in Hut left. And as they're distracted, having a look at the top of Hut, where exactly someone was, that is the 3rd round. And they do find something to try and make their lives a little easier in half number 2.
look at me now, look at me now. Slaving away, it is a week. I've been shaking all the leaves off the money tree, and I'm harder than a dealer on a winning streak. Tomorrow we will rise.
That first half was definitely a surprise, I think, for most of the FURIA fans at the very least. But Fluxo gonna be feeling damn good about that one. A 9-3 half. And for those of you that are familiar with Zonic's Law, 9-3 is the new Zonic's Law, also known as Nauri's Law, because, you know, I said it first. So maybe, maybe this is where FURIA turned it around and off to a good start.
This is exactly what the doctor ordered, prescribed, and picked up here. Still 2 players, but 2v5 is a daunting prospect. There's no kit available. They might just choose to save this armor at this point. Such a fruitless endeavor. But going back to that, you know what? I'm just going to start calling it Nauri's Law and no context. Anyone asks, just no, free to elaborate.
As you should. People should learn.
Exactly. But this is very nice from FURIA. Actually, they might choose to go hunting for a couple of these, but maybe just too far removed from the situation. Oh, actually, having a stomp on over, that is a lovely shot. And going for some more as well. If one person's here, the second probably is as well, and there will be no survivors. All 5 of Fluxo Demons being sent into the second round in body bags.
4 kills from Ka in that round. She was absolutely done with their shenanigans. Quite brave of Fluxo to opt to save in the T-spawn, but I suppose, fair enough. It's not the first time it's happened. It's not totally out there, and they thought maybe it would be safe. Unfortunately, it's not going to be allowed. Yeah, no, not even remotely. And FURIA, I think, also kind of wanting to send a message here, because that first half, by their standards, was devastating. So, want to bring that back into their control as now a nice little force up from them. Some great firepower in their back pocket. And they won our first pistol as well. So they are 3 for 4 on pistols so far.
That is incredible. That's the way to get these halves started as well. You need to be finding a little bit more, but they're just going to sit patient. Hope that Fluxo Demons, they know that they're going to be on this miserable buy, get uncomfortable, start shifting around, maybe push them. ESL outside to get the first and the second. It's a pixel of an angle, but she gets the kill nonetheless. And ESL, look at that. Kills high, low, left, right, center, all of them. Ka actually going to steal one away there. But it is going to be 4 kills in the round to deal nicely with this eco. And FURIA, that gap, you said the Zonic's Law of MR12, Nauri's Rule. And it's already started, but Fluxo Demons, they're going to be able to buy into this one. This is going to be the first real test of the metal.
2 4Ks back to back, which I love that. I think that's so fantastic. But this, as you said, potentially this is where that reign of terror ends. We've seen this pattern before. Round 3, guns in hand, and momentum could shift massively in a different direction. So now Fluxo, how do you play this? Going for a pretty darn aggressive push here. Oh man, they were waiting for it, but Julih's just better.
And the fact that she manages to just slip away back into the smoke completely unpunished, it's daylight robbery. And Anna X completely fully blind there as ESL pushes onto site. Not quite able to confirm the kill on Younger, but enough damage done. Xena gets 1, Poppins with 1, but Ka right back at you. Now it's a 2v3. And that bomb able to go down safely. Fluxo Demons, they're going to want to go for this retake. Ka, the last left alive, gets 2. Now it's a 1v1. Has to get the reload. No idea where Goddess is coming from. Has had time to reposition herself. Actually, she's holding the wrong angle, but she might have the right idea. And that gunshot is going to give it away. And the health just too little there, but what a fight put up there. Fluxo Demons, they're going to win that 3rd round out and get themselves those double digits.
Oh man, FURIA keep that devastatingly close, but that has been the theme of this map. Almost every round, ridiculously close. FURIA fighting tooth and nail to keep those numbers as close as humanly possible. And this early on in the half, it can be a boon, but it's going to take a lot more. Losing now on their bonus, that means now they have to force up. So they do have some decent firepower to work with. They forced Fluxo to have to reinvest as well. So they do have a slight upper hand here. AWP in hand as well. Let's see if they can bring things back into their control. They cannot afford to lose another round.
No, this is very much getting to the upper echelons of this map. Final couple of rounds, and if Fluxo can hit 11 FURIA every single round they concede, it gets more and more difficult. But of course, they do have that safety netting of winning the first map on out. Fluxo, this is do or die for them. They need this map to even consider Dallas an option. Goddess, just hiding behind silver box here. Here's the flashbangs. Peeks out as well. Gets one. Going for some more damage. But unfortunately, that will be her downfall as bizinha is willing to get the shot off on there. And now 4v4. Activity coming on outside to buy themselves a bit more room to work with. And Car buying so much more space as well. AahSENSEI up close and personal. Has to be careful. Car throwing the utility. Gonna get the kill as well. Not gonna be caught with any of their guns not pulled out. Well, there's one player left Heaven to contest with, but other than that, Julih quite far removed.
Oh my god, Julih! She is insane! Being able to clutch that with just fadeaway shots repetitively. The peek, re-peek, peek again, tap, tap, tap. And she's just unkillable. She's like a raid boss. It's another round.
It was looking so good for FURIA as well. They had everything they needed, but as she said, that was a must-win round. That was one that FURIA really needed, because now they're on Tech 9s to stop this map win.
Alright, Tech 9 rushes can be fantastic, but this time around, however, Poppins on an elevated angle, good for 2. And she is just unstoppable. And there it is. The last one completely felled. Cut off at the knees. FURIA with only 5 rounds to Fluxo's 12. Map point. On the verge of a third map. You can see that the stress has started to set in here for FURIA. And correct me if I'm wrong, we have not seen a timeout.
We have not, at least not this map.
Yeah.
FURIA, they have just been trying to get this over and done with, and unfortunately it doesn't look like over and done with is in their favor this time around. Vertigo is waiting in the wings, and it is looking on with us, at us with absent horror, but maybe still a couple of rounds, but the buy here not looking good. It would need to be 7, so FURIA, such a task to do, and you've got to wonder how the mental feels in a moment like this. Jumps off, and that is going to be heard by the FURIA players, but still gets one, manages to take some down, and FURIA, they are fighting tooth and nail to keep this one going.
Alright, this is what they needed. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of acceleration. Now they have the numbers advantage. They cannot let this slip away. In a few rounds where very strong advantages just slipped through fingers. Bomb planted. Post plant setup looking pretty darn good. Just about every angle held onto. And honestly, for Fluxo, I don't even know if they push this all together, right? You got Poppins with the FAMAS. She gets one. And she's going to try and get as much done as possible. But AahSENSEI with the M4... No, she does actually join her up. I thought she might just try and hold on to it. I think Poppins getting that kill was the call to action. Unfortunately, straight down onto the site. No chance for AahSENSEI to retreat as FURIA collapse in on them and finally get themselves another round. But it's still 6 to go to get us to OT.
You can't help but wonder, is this coming in too little too late? And Fluxo, they've got such a safety net that they're willing to go for rounds like these, even with these sort of unfavorable odds. I think maybe the time are a little bit too low, even going into a bit of a faux parkour, but they have the ability, they have the money to just go a little bit crazy. They're not at too much harm of losing this map right now. So they can go for this, hope for the best. Maybe they win out the round in a sneaky fashion. FURIA, that is a nice one. They keep this going. Now only 6 rounds needed.
Only 6.
Gotta try and keep it going, you know? FURIA, if any team could come back, it'd be them, even against an opponent as tough as Fluxo, but they've been looking strong. Very mishmash buy here. I like the... I don't want to say hero buy, because there's 3 of them. It's like a really B-Tech version of the Avengers. It's like 3 heroes with no utility. But weapons.
Terrible. Budget Iron Man. Not enough money to make it actually as punchy as Iron Man himself.
Homemade jetpack.
FURIA, exactly. And look at how FURIA are respecting this as well. They're just like, yeah, we've probably got a massive advantage. Let's not throw this away. Let's keep this as clean as possible. Instantly, first player into the crosshairs, but it's trades back and forth. 3 versus 3 now. And most of Fluxo's weapons still... Oh my god, Julih, how do you keep doing that? Back-to-back deagles. Player advantage turns into a round win. And not only a round win, a map victory for Fluxo as well. 1-1 in this series. And yeah, we're heading to map 3.
You can tell the disbelief from the player cams. What a sequence to end this one out on. I thought maybe...